that without pre-workout, you will never train hard enough. Then another person says fat burners are the secret. And before you know it, you are confused, overwhelmed, and maybe even ready to spend a lot of money on products you do not understand. That is exactly why this video matters, because beginners do not need more noise. They need simple truth. They need clear advice. They need someone to explain things in normal words, not in big science terms, not in gym slang, not with fake promises, just simple, honest help. And that is what this video is here to do. We are going to break it all down in a way that makes sense. No hype, no pressure, no nonsense. Just a beginner-friendly guide to fitness supplements, explained simply. So by the time this video ends, you will know what supplements really are, which ones may actually help, which ones beginners often waste money on, and how to think before buying anything. And there is something even better. If you stay with me until the end, I will also give you a very simple supplement plan for beginners that can save you money, save you time, and help you avoid one of the biggest mistakes new people make when they start their fitness journey. Now, here is the first thing you need to understand. The fitness industry can look exciting from the outside, but it is also full of confusion. It is designed that way. Bright labels, huge claims, before and after photos, words like extreme, anabolic, shredded, explosive, advanced, pro formula, rapid results. It all sounds powerful. It all sounds urgent. It makes you feel like if you do not buy the right product right now, you will fall behind. It makes you think everyone else knows something you do not. It creates fear. It creates pressure. And that pressure is exactly what many companies want. Because confused people buy fast. People who feel insecure buy more. People who want quick results are easy to sell to. That is why beginners are often the biggest target. Think about it. A beginner is usually full of hope. That is a good thing. But that hope can also make you trust the wrong things. When you are just starting out, you want to do everything right. You want the best workout, the best routine, the best shoes, the best gym bag, the best meals, the best supplements. You want to feel serious. You want to feel committed. You want to feel like this time is different. And because of that, a lot of people start buying products before they even understand what those products do. They buy tubs, pills, powders, drinks, and mixes just because someone online looked good and said this is what changed everything. But here is the truth. A good body is not built by excitement alone. It is built by good habits repeated again and again. And that means the smart move is not to buy everything. The smart move is to understand everything first. That is why beginners often ask the wrong first question. They ask, what supplement should I buy? But the better first question is, do I even need a supplement yet? That question is not as exciting, but it is much more important. Because supplements are not the foundation. They are support. That is what the word supplement really means. It means something extra, something added, something that supports what is already there. It does not mean magic. It does not mean shortcut. It does not mean replacement for hard work. A supplement cannot fix bad sleep. A supplement cannot fix poor food choices. A supplement cannot fix missed workouts. A supplement cannot build discipline for you. It can help in some cases, yes, but only after the basics are already moving in the right direction. This is where a lot of people get disappointed. They buy a product hoping it will change everything, but their main habits are still weak. They are sleeping 5 hours. They are skipping meals. They are barely drinking water. They train hard for 3 days, then disappear for a week. Then they wonder why the supplement did not work. But that is like trying to build a strong house by buying nice curtains before you even build the walls. It makes no sense. And yet it happens every day. That is why this first section is so important. Before we talk about the best supplements for beginners, we need to fix the mindset first. Because once your mindset is clear, the rest becomes much easier. Let's make this simple. If you are a beginner, your body does not need perfect supplements. It needs simple support and steady effort. That is the truth. Your first results will not come from the fanciest product. They will come from basic training, better food, enough protein, more water, better sleep, and doing the work over time. In fact, one of the most amazing things about beginners is that they often improve fast when they just get the basics right. That early stage is powerful. Your body responds well. Your strength can improve quickly. Your energy can get better. Your confidence can grow fast. But only if you focus on what matters most. If you get distracted by every bottle and every powder on the shelf, you can waste money, lose focus, and make your journey harder than it needs to be. And this is why so many people quit. Not because they are lazy, not because they are weak, but because they get confused and frustrated. They think fitness is too complicated. They think they need too many things. They think they are always missing some secret. They compare themselves to people who have trained for years. They compare their beginning to someone else's middle. Then they start feeling behind. And when you feel behind, you become easier to fool. You start looking for a shortcut. You start thinking maybe the answer is in a special powder, a hardcore pre-workout, a fat-burning pill, or some stack that promises insane results. But the more you chase shortcuts, the further you usually move from real progress. Real progress is slower than hype, but stronger than hype. It lasts longer. It teaches you something. It builds confidence from the inside. It gives you results you can keep. That is what you want. Not just fast changes. You want changes you can hold on to. You want a body that feels stronger, not just one that looks better in one photo. You want energy that is real, not just a 30-minute rush from a stimulant. You want habits that carry you through busy days, bad moods, and low motivation. That is why understanding supplements the right way is such a big win, because once you stop seeing them as magic, you stop giving them too much power. And when you stop giving them too much power, you start taking back control of your own results. Let's talk about why supplements are so confusing in the first place. Part of the reason is marketing. Marketing is designed to grab attention, not always to teach truth. A label does not need to make you smarter. It only needs to make you curious enough to buy. That is why so many products sound amazing, but say very little in a clear way. Instead of telling you exactly what you need to know, many brands throw in big words, shiny names, secret blends, and dramatic claims. They want the product to feel advanced, even when the person buying it is just trying to understand the basics. This can make a beginner feel like simple is not enough, but simple is often exactly what works best. Another reason it feels confusing is social media. Online, everyone has an opinion. One person swears by one supplement. Another says that same supplement is useless. Someone says, never take this. Another says, always take it. Then there are influencers with discount codes, sponsored posts, and dramatic transformations. Some of them may believe what they say, some may not. But either way, the person watching is often left more confused than before. Because what works for a bodybuilder, athlete, or fitness creator may not be what a beginner needs. Their goals may be different. Their training may be different. Their body size may be different. Their experience level may be different. Their budget may be different. Their daily routine may be different. So copying them without thinking can lead you in the wrong direction. There is also the emotional side. Many beginners feel insecure at the start. They may feel small. They may feel out of shape. They may feel embarrassed in the gym. They may feel behind compared to others. And when you feel insecure, you naturally want something that makes you feel more prepared. Buying supplements can feel like progress, even before any real progress has happened. It can feel like you are doing something serious. It can feel like you are finally becoming the kind of person who takes fitness seriously. And to be fair, there is nothing wrong with wanting that feeling. The problem comes when buying the product becomes more exciting than building the habit, because that is when fitness starts turning into shopping instead of change. A lot of beginners also believe that the people who look the best must know the best supplements, but that is not always true. Sometimes people look great because they have trained for years. Sometimes they have strong genetics. Sometimes their life is built around fitness. Sometimes they are promoting a product they did not even need to get where they are. That does not mean all supplements are bad. It just means you should not confuse appearance with wisdom. Someone can have abs and still give bad advice. Someone can have big arms and still be selling you something unnecessary. So when you hear a strong opinion online, take a breath. Ask yourself, does this make sense for me as a beginner? Do I understand what this product does? Is it fixing a real need or just selling me a fantasy? Now let's slow down and talk about what beginners are usually really looking for when they ask about supplements. Most of the time they want one of a few things. They want muscle gain, they want fat loss, they want more energy, they want faster recovery, they want better performance in the gym, or they just want to avoid doing things wrong. Those are all normal goals, nothing strange about them, but each of those goals can make you vulnerable to certain products. If you want muscle fast, you become easy to sell bulking powders and muscle builders. If you want fat loss fast, you become easy to sell fat burners and detox products. If you feel tired, you become easy to sell heavy stimulant products. If you feel sore, you become easy to sell recovery formulas. Every goal becomes a door, and the supplement industry is very good at knocking on those doors. That is why the best way to protect yourself is not to memorize every product. It is to learn one core rule. Ask what problem this supplement is solving, not what the ad says, not what the influencer says. What real problem is it solving? For example, if you struggle to eat enough protein through food, then protein powder may solve a real problem. If you train regularly and want support for strength and performance, creatine may solve a real problem. If you barely eat vegetables, a basic health support supplement may help fill a gap. But if a product promises to melt fat while you sleep, boost muscle overnight, or turn average effort into insane gains, then it is probably selling emotion more than solving a real need. This is where honesty matters. And I want to be very honest with you in this video. The most powerful things in fitness are often boring. Consistency is boring. Sleep is boring. Meal prep is boring. Drinking enough water is boring. Doing basic workouts again and again is boring. Progressive overload is boring to some people. Walking more is boring. Patience is boring. But these boring things are the real winners. They are not flashy, but they work. The problem is that boring truths do not sell as well as exciting lies. So the internet often pushes the exciting lies harder, and beginners end up feeling like the truth is too simple. But simple is not weak. Simple is strong because it is easier to repeat. And in fitness, what you can repeat is usually what changes your body. Let's imagine two beginners. The first beginner spends a lot of money in the first month. Protein, pre-workout, BCAAs, fat burner, mass gainer, recovery powder, sleep formula, testosterone booster, electrolyte mix, greens powder. They feel excited. Their shelf looks full. Their gym bag feels serious. But their habits are still unstable. They miss workouts. Their meals are random. They sleep late. They do not know how many calories they eat. They do not even know if they are training hard enough. The second beginner keeps it simple. They focus on 3 balanced meals. They drink more water. They train 3 or 4 times a week. They sleep a little better. Maybe they use 1 or 2 basic supplements only if needed. After 3 months, who do you think will look and feel better? In most cases, it will be the second beginner. Not because they bought less, but because they focused better. This matters because fitness is not just about effort. It is about direction. Hard work pointed in the wrong direction still leads to frustration. Many beginners work hard, but their attention is scattered. They keep changing plans. They keep buying new things. They keep hoping the next product will finally unlock results. But real progress often starts when you stop chasing more and start doing less, better. That is one of the biggest mindset shifts a beginner can make. You do not need more confusion. You need more clarity. You do not need 10 products. You need a few smart choices, if any at all. You do not need to act like an advanced athlete on day one. You need to become a consistent beginner first. Another thing beginners need to hear is this: supplements are not your identity. You do not become fit because you carry a shaker bottle. You do not become disciplined because you bought creatine. You do not become strong because your shelf looks like a nutrition store. You become stronger by showing up. You become healthier by repeating good actions. You become more confident by proving to yourself that you can stay consistent even when it gets boring. That is where the real transformation begins. Not in the cart, not at checkout, not in a sponsored code, in your daily choices, in your effort, in your patience. And yes, I know that may sound less exciting than hearing about the best muscle building stack or the top 5 must-have supplements, but it is much more useful, because once you understand this, you are much harder to fool. And when you are harder to fool, you save money and make better decisions. You stop asking, what will make me look serious? And you start asking, what will actually help me? That one change in thinking can save you from months of wasted time. Now let's talk about beginners and expectations. A lot of people start fitness with urgency. They want to make up for lost time. Maybe they feel they have been unhealthy for years. Maybe they are unhappy with how they look. Maybe they are tired of feeling weak, low in energy, or out of shape, so they want results fast. That feeling is understandable, but it can also create bad decisions. Because when you are in a rush, you are more likely to believe big promises. You are more likely to ignore simple advice because it feels too slow. You are more likely to think, I know sleep and food matter, but just tell me what supplement works fastest. And that mindset can trap you. The body does not usually reward panic. It rewards consistency. It rewards training that matches your level. It rewards enough recovery. It rewards enough food or the right calorie balance for your goal. It rewards patience. Supplements can support that process, but they do not replace it. So one of the best things you can do as a beginner is calm down. Not in a negative way, in a smart way. Stop treating fitness like a race you are already losing. Start treating it like a skill you are learning, because that changes everything. When you are learning a skill, you expect to improve step by step. You expect mistakes. You expect growth to take time. And that mindset helps you choose better tools. Think of supplements as tools, not heroes. A protein powder is a tool. Creatine is a tool. Electrolytes can be a tool. A multivitamin can be a tool in some cases. But tools only work well when you know what job they are for. A hammer is useful when you need to hit a nail. It is useless when you need to cut wood. In the same way, even a good supplement can be pointless if it does not match your your real need. This is why education matters more than excitement. Once you understand the job of each supplement, you stop giving it magical power. You start seeing it for what it is, and that makes you a smarter buyer. There is another reason this topic matters. Beginners are often trying to do fitness on a budget. They are students, they have jobs, they have family costs, they have real life to manage. And that makes smart choices even more important, because every dollar spent on useless products is money that could have gone toward better groceries, a gym membership, better shoes, more sleep, or just less stress. Sometimes the best fitness advice is not about what to buy, it is about what not to waste your money on. And later in this video, we are absolutely going to talk about the supplements beginners most often waste money on. That part alone can protect you from one of the biggest traps in the fitness world. But before we get there, I want to help you feel grounded. Because if you are a beginner watching this, I do not want you to feel behind. I do not want you to think you need to rush out and buy a lot of things. I do not want you to feel embarrassed because you do not know what people at the gym are talking about. Every experienced person was a beginner once. Every strong person started somewhere. Every confident person had a first week, a first month, a first awkward workout, a first moment of confusion. You are not late. You are not weak. You are not stupid for not knowing this stuff yet. You are learning. That is all. And learning is the first step toward making better choices. In fact, your beginner stage can be your greatest advantage if you use it well. Why? Because you have the chance to build smart habits from the start. Some people spend years doing things badly before they learn the truth. Some waste a lot of money. Some chase hype for too long. Some depend on supplements emotionally. Some think they cannot train without a stimulant drink. Some think they need a product for every little problem. But if you learn the basics early, you skip a lot of that pain. You become someone who understands the difference between support and dependency. You become someone who knows when a supplement makes sense and when it does not. That is powerful. That is freedom. Now, let's strip this all the way down. If you are asking what matters most in fitness for a beginner, the answer is simple. Train with effort, eat with purpose, sleep enough, stay consistent, learn slowly. That is the core. If those things are weak, supplements will do very little. If those things are improving, then the right supplement may help a little more. Notice that word, a little. Not everything, not instantly, not magically, just a little more. That is the honest view. Supplements are usually small helpers, not main drivers. And once you understand that, you stop expecting too much from them. You stop being disappointed by normal results. You stop treating every product like a life-changing event. This matters because unrealistic expectations can quietly destroy motivation. If someone believes a supplement will transform them in 2 weeks, they may feel crushed when that does not happen. They may think fitness is fake. They may think they are doing something wrong. They may quit. But if that same person understands from day one that supplements are small helpers, then they are more patient. They focus on habits. They notice real progress. Maybe they lift a little more. Maybe they recover a little better. Maybe it becomes easier to hit protein goals. These are useful wins, small but real. And real wins build momentum. Momentum is one of the most important things in fitness. When you feel like your actions make sense, you keep going. When you feel like your plan is clear, you stay calmer. When you understand what you are doing and why, you stop panicking every time someone online says a new product is the secret. You become steady, and a steady person almost always beats a confused person over time. That is why this first section is not just an introduction. It is a reset for your thinking. A way to clear the noise before we move into the practical stuff. So let me say something clearly. You do not need to know everything today. You do not need to buy everything today. You do not need to become advanced in a week. You just need enough understanding to make one smart step at a time. That is how real confidence is built. Not from pretending to know everything, but from learning what matters and ignoring what does not. And that is exactly what we are doing here. Maybe you are watching this because you just joined a gym. Maybe you are training at home. Maybe you are tired of being confused by supplement videos. Maybe you already bought something and now you are wondering if you made a mistake. Maybe you are trying to build muscle for the first time. Maybe you want to lose weight but also keep your strength. Maybe you just want to feel healthier and stronger without getting lost in fitness culture. Whatever brought you here, this video is for you. Because the goal is not to make you obsessed with supplements. The goal is to help you understand them well enough that they stop controlling your decisions. And this is important too. There is no shame in using supplements. Some people act like taking any supplement means you are lazy or doing fitness the wrong way. That is not true. A supplement can be helpful. It can make life easier. It can support your goals. The point is not to fear supplements. The point is to use them wisely. There is a big difference between support and dependence. There is a big difference between using one product because it fits your real need and using 6 products because marketing made you nervous. The goal is balance. The goal is smart use, not blind use. The smartest beginners are not the ones who memorize the most product names. They are the ones who stay calm, ask simple questions, and stay focused on the basics. They ask, what is this for? Do I need it? Is there proof it helps? Am I already doing the basic things right? Can food solve this problem instead? Is this worth my money right now? Those questions are powerful. They protect you. They slow down impulse. They turn you from a target into a thinker. And that is exactly what you want to become. Because once you become a thinker, the fitness world looks different. Ads lose power. Hype loses power. Fear loses power. You stop feeling like everyone else knows a secret. You realize most of the secret is just consistency. And yes, that may not sound dramatic, but it is freeing. It means your progress is not locked behind some expensive stack. It means you do not need to copy every person online. It means you can make real progress with a simple plan, clear thinking, and patience. That is good news. That is empowering news. And let me give you one more truth before we move deeper later in the video. A beginner does not need perfection. A beginner needs direction. You do not need the perfect meal plan on day 1. You do not need the perfect training split. You do not need the perfect supplement routine. You need a good enough plan that you can follow. You need simple choices you can repeat. You need enough knowledge to avoid major mistakes. That is what creates progress. Fitness becomes hard when people try to be advanced too early. It becomes more manageable when you let yourself be a beginner and build step by step. So here is the promise of this video. We are going to keep this simple. We are going to talk about what supplements actually do, not what people wish they did. We are going to look at which ones may help beginners and which ones often do not deserve your money. We are going to talk in normal language. We are going to separate useful support from empty hype. And by the time we finish, you will not just know more. You will feel calmer. You will feel clearer. You will feel more in control. And that matters more than any tub or pill ever could. If you have ever felt confused in a supplement store, if you have ever clicked away from a fitness video feeling more lost than before, if you have ever worried that you were missing some secret everyone else knew, let this be the moment you stop chasing confusion. Let this be the moment you start learning fitness in a smarter way, because your body does not need panic. Your body needs patience. Your goals do not need hype. They need action. Your journey does not need 10 products. It needs a few truths you can trust. And trust me, by the end of this video, you are going to have those truths. You are going to know how to think like a smart beginner. You are going to know what deserves your attention and what does not. You are going to know which supplements may actually support your progress and which ones mostly drain your wallet. You are going to walk away with a much stronger filter in your mind. And that filter is priceless, because once you have it, you stop being easy to fool. So take a breath. Forget the hype for a moment. Forget the giant promises. Forget the pressure to buy everything. We are starting from the ground up. We are keeping it simple. We are building understanding first. And that is the best thing any beginner can do. Because when your foundation is clear, every next step becomes easier. You do not need magic. You need clarity. You do not need a miracle powder. You need a smart plan. You do not need to copy everybody else. You need to understand yourself, your goal, your habits, and your real needs. That is how lasting progress begins. And that is why this topic matters so much. Not because supplements are everything, but because people often treat them like everything. And once you stop making that mistake, you are already ahead of many beginners. So stay with me. In the next part, we are going to break down what supplements really are, what they are not, and why that simple difference can save you from wasting money and chasing the wrong results. And later, I will also give you that simple beginner supplement plan I promised, so you can leave this video with clear steps,